Transformational Insight will sell more high-ticket coaching offers and packages than the latest high-ticket sales script, than ClickFunnels, than lead strategies, than all the formulas out there. Transformational Insight is the foundation of natural high-ticket sales. Hello, beautiful, and welcome to the Prosperous Womb. When clients come into the Prosperous Womb and we're working God Made Women Millionaires, one of the things I invite them to consider is how they can sell their high-ticket coaching using messaging, and how they can use transformational insight to get 100% close rate with their best fit high-end coaching clients. So what does that look like? When you support your coaching clients, whether you're a life coach, a business coach, a relationship coach, a sex coach, a parenting coach, a mindset coach, when you support your client to see her challenge, her desire, her opportunity in a different light, when she shifts her perspective and looks through a whole new window and sees the problem in a new way that allows her to see what is possible with that new shift, with that outcome, with that result, she will always say yes to herself. This is the most profound sales strategy that many coaches don't use, because we focus on external changes and making more money and not the internal shift that is actually going to transform our clients' lives. One of my clients was a spiritual life coach, and she was supporting women and children who had been diagnosed with autoimmune disease to heal themselves naturally. She was an energy healer, and she will heal them naturally so they don't have to use a wheelchair, have to take medication, or they don't have to take drugs, chemicals, or go through any kind of chemotherapy. And I remember she came to me thinking, Mimi, at the time I was a faith life coach, and she said, as a faith life coach, I want to grow in my faith so that I can learn how to sell my work. And I said to her, after working together for about a few minutes, I said, you don't have a sales problem. Sales problem is, how do I sell this high-ticket coaching package? You don't have a sales problem. You have a messaging problem. She identified that for herself. I didn't have to tell her. And she said to me, I've always seen my lack of sales, my low closing rate as, what is the next formula that I can get? Where can I find a funnel that's going to work? Can you just give me something I can click that will create a sale? What strategy do I need to sell so that women just buy this stuff like hotcakes? How can people know it's for them? And I invited her to look at her messaging. And as we were working on messaging, she says to me, you know what, Mimi? I know that I need to show up and share, share value, the value that people actually want, the one that matters to them, the one that they respect, the one that they think is going to work for them, the one they find useful, the one that's important to them. I know I need to do that. That's going to help my business. Then I don't need to, I don't need to learn how to overcome objections and things like that. But I don't want to, because I feel like a narcissist for showing up and talking about what I do all day. I expect people to just see the offer. It's a no-brainer, and they need to come into it. My invitation for her was to consider the definition of narcissism when it comes to sales and messaging and serving. Serve it as God in the world. God in you, through you, doing the work for you. So I said to her, share with me your messaging. And I listened to it and I read it. I looked at her website and I thought, but you're not speaking up. The people that need what you have don't know you're here for them. They can't hear you. They can't find you. They cannot recognize themselves in the offers. So what you're doing right now is holding back what people want. And I said to her, what happens when these women and children don't get the healing that you have for them? And she said, they probably just die. They end up in a wheelchair, get medicated, have all these other side effects from the medication, and then they die. And I said, so, okay, you thought you had a sales problem. You're looking for sales scripts and sales funnels. But let me ask you this. By not speaking up, what benefit do you get from allowing people to die? Because by not speaking up, people are going to die. Because some people resign themselves to the health thing that the doctor says they have. Then they take the medication and wait until they die. What good are you doing in the world? What impact are you making in the world? And she said to me, Mimi, I've never looked at it from that question. By not speaking up, people are going to die. I've always just said, how can I create I need a sales strategy. I need a sales script. No, you simply need to speak up. It is narcissistic of you. You're being narcissistic. You've been a narcissist when you assume that people are in their beds thinking about you. No, they're in their beds thinking about getting better. I remember 3 years ago when I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. And my hands were closed. My fingers were closed for 18 months. I never sat on my bed thinking about coaching offers. I sat on my bed thinking, gosh, I want to have more kids. I'm a fashion designer. I work with my hands. I sew, I make jewelry, I paint, I do all the things with my fingers. The thing that pays me money, I cannot do right now because my hands are literally closed like this for 18 months. It was the most painful experience of my life. And I don't put medication in my body, so I was in pain. And I prayed and I meditated and I supplicated and did all of the things. And one day God said to me, Mimi, go on Google and look for someone. The first thing I typed in, how to find a healer who's going to help me energetically, whatever, would naturally support me. And the first thing that came up was a healing agency where they work naturally with you to support you to heal any autoimmune diseases, including arthritis, without any medication, so you can get your life back, have your children, dance with your children, walk your kids down the aisle when they get married, whatever it is. And I thought, oh my gosh, she's speaking to me. And I read the messaging on the website and I thought, how does she know that's how I feel? She sees me. The thing that is most important to me is being able to be there for myself and my children, to live the life that God has asked me to do, to live the life that God has already given to me, to notice and enjoy the abundance and peace already in my life. And she's speaking to that. She's in my head. So I hired her and worked together. And within the first probably 30 minutes, my fingers started to open up. And they're still open. Yeah, I still have some crookedness, but I was born with that. They're open. I can use them. I can sew. I can draw. I can cook for my kids. I can have more kids. I can live the life. I don't have to be in a wheelchair. There's so much life because by speaking up, she allowed me to live. So that was transformation insight for my clients. And from that moment on, she showed up in her superpower. Because here's the secret about high-ticket sales, about high-ticket coaching. No one's going to ask you about your superpower. No client is going to email any coach and say, oh, I found you on Google. What's your superpower? You need to show up and speak up. Speak about the magic God has given you. How are you going to support them? How are you going to heal them? How are you going to co-create healing with them? What the offer is going to do? What is your offer? What does it do? How is the offer the obvious choice for her? That's what message is for. You don't need another sales script. Simply speak up. Stop hiding behind objections. Stop hiding behind formulas. Stop hiding behind funnels. Stop clicking on different funnels or looking for things people to click on, and simply speak up to people. You have agency over yourself. And as a coach, you're a leader. So when you self-lead yourself and give yourself permission to speak up, you are stepping fully into your agency of, I am leading myself in this and I am choosing to become who God says I am. As you choose your becoming, as you choose the business you want, the money follows. The money follows because you're speaking to the right people. The money follows because you're speaking to the people that God has put you here to serve. Stop distracting yourself with 10K offers, with 50K offers that God didn't ask you to sell just because you think that's what you're qualified to do and that's the capacity you have. No. God has equipped you to do bigger and better things in the world, to be a bigger blessing in the world. So speak up. Speak up. It is narcissistic to not speak up. You're a blessing when you share your messaging. So dial in your messaging. You have as a leader, we're expected to speak up about what we do. I speak up every day in every video about the work that I do and how I support my clients. So that when they hear me, when they see me, they recognize themselves in the outcomes and they say, I want that. I want to be able to sell 100,000 coaching offers. I want to create a life and business full of abundance where I notice all the abundance and beauty already in my life. so that I can live the life I want with the spaciousness and capacity to love, to have the freedom, flexibility, the creativity to do what God has called me to do, and so more into the kingdom of God, because I'm making so much money and it has meaning in my life. My life has meaning in the world. So what it is that you can share with your clients to create transformational insight and sell without all of the drama, none of the objections and all the stuff. You get the point. Allow your clients to see through the lens that supports them to know this is possible for them today. Let me know how this lands for you.